Here today with Justin Page, partner of Summit Land USA, who has an 84% iMessage response rate for his land wholesaling business. And he's going to tell us all about it today.
Thanks for having me, Sam.
Of course. Why are we here? Why are you willing to talk to us?
Yeah, I think for me, I have the opportunity now to kind of create what I've been envisioning for the last 6 months or so. And Sendblue was kind of the technology I've been looking for to put everything together, right? Because as a real estate wholesaler in general, we do a lot of outbound marketing, right? And the biggest thing I realize is as a solo operator, at first I was sending out, messages and just my iMessage, my cell phone. And I was getting great response rates, like better than industry standard, but it was unscalable. There's no way, like, I was probably going to get flagged by the carriers at some point. That's never good. But the nice thing is we can now scale that with Sendblue, right? So that's really why we're here today.
Let's go. Yes, you definitely will get flagged by the carriers at some point in time.
Mhm.
We're using Follow Up Boss. We're doing real estate wholesaling for land specifically, but potato, potato. And there's a lot of people that might be watching this video right now that are in that same boat. What were you doing before Sendblue when it came to operating your business, and how have things changed with what you're doing now?
Yeah, everything we were doing before was just by hand, using everything through my phone. So all of our outbound marketing was going out that way, and I was responding to everything just on my iMessage account. And yeah, I mean, it's a huge time suck. I'm getting messages all throughout the day. It's nice to even just have something to just disconnect from and put it as work and work and not have to worry about those alerts coming in throughout the day, throughout the night, whatever it might be. But yeah, I mean, we were pretty capped at what we were doing. I'd say we were probably getting out about maybe 10,000 pieces of marketing a month. Like that's like the cap at what I could probably do. And that was just me by myself. And it wasn't like I couldn't hire someone to do this. But now we have a system where we can scale it, right? So we're still ramping up, but we'll probably get to, for this specific kind of marketing, probably about 50,000 pieces a month. And that's just the first iteration. Who knows? Sky's the limit, honestly, for what we could do.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. You aren't the wholesaler that used to be using green and sending SMS. So you don't feel that like green to blue change as much. What do you think it is about the blue bubble? Why were you all in on blue from the beginning from your personal phone?
Yeah. So I mean, I can just treat it as numbers, man. Honestly, like for 10,000 messages that we sent, I got two deals full cycle through that, right? And this was through my iMessage experience. The net profit from those two deals was about $57,000, give or take. And that cost me to send out all the way through. I'll even include the phone bill on that. It probably cost me about $2,000 to get all that out, right? From start to finish. Every cost, every penny that went into sending out those 10,000 pieces of marketing. So the return was insanely high, right? And industry standard, from my understanding, was about maybe 10 to 15,000 per 10,000 messages. And I kind of wondered why that was. And to me, I just felt like it was easier for people to maybe respond to an iMessage, to a blue bubble. That was the only thing I could really boil it down to that would be different, because I didn't know anyone else doing it exactly how I was doing it before. And then I was like, I know there has to be something out there to allow us to do that, but at scale, right? That's the thing, is it was so constrained and I was responding to everything. And like, I was working another job at the time, but 9 to 5, I was taking calls for another company. And then in between responding, doing all the intake, looking at all the leads, right? Underwriting deals that were going nowhere, but was still able to see capture that kind of return on investment just from blue bubbles, right? So my goal is to, I don't think it will be that high for, because just scaling in general, there's usually a little bit of lack of quality compared to that, but keep it as close as possible. I mean, if we're only getting one deal, but the spreads are larger, that's great. Or if we're getting two deals that make up, 60, 70% of what that initial 10,000 messages put out, perfect. But then we can do it 5, maybe even 10x within this year, right? First year one, right? So that's the goal for us. And I just think that being able to send out those messages is a big part of it. It just warms people up, right? It's already hard enough reaching out to people cold. I've been doing it for 2 years now, from when I first originally started in the space. So seen a lot of it, done a lot of it. And you don't want to make it any harder than it has to be.
And if you've got the list, someone else probably has the list. Someone else probably has reached out as well. And I can almost guarantee every single one of those people sends out a greet message without a
Mhm.
doubt.
Yeah.
Very cool. I know we got a couple users in the account, which is cool as well, because I can see like multiple people handling a conversation, but it always feels like it's coming from the same user. You
Mhm.
can do that on a personal phone. What's been the feedback from the team on using Sendblue? Have they shared anything with you?
I mean, honestly, we got our intake person in there. Like, she's started to dabble with it, but it wasn't complete yet. We didn't have all the integrations dialed in last week. So she really started on Monday, but I've been managing her progress from Monday to today has been massive, right? 'Cause she's understanding, oh, it's just like I'm texting, right? Like I'm just texting off my phone to these people. And we just have like quick hitter questions we need to get out there just to pre-qualify, right? How serious are they about selling? How serious are they about receiving an offer? How attached are they to that asking price? So on and so forth, right? We just need to make sure that I'm currently sitting as the acquisitions manager as well, that my time from 7 a.m. Pacific to 6 p.m. Pacific, every person I'm calling in that window is just a really good lead that has shown some kind of motivation. So for her, she's learning that, but so far it's been positive, right? We just want to, we're learning the certain things we can do. I'm working with Connor pretty closely and just seeing what else we can do in different channels and stuff like that. And just really getting everything connected through there, right? Like we're going to add some other channels that we're hoping to funnel into it and get automations actually out. Cause right now everything is still manual. For these channels that we have going right now, I don't think we'll change anything, right? It needs to be a human touch. It needs to be someone talking to him and be able to kind of judge on the fly. But for some other channels, we can absolutely, that are a little bit warmer. We're going to get some warmer channels in here as well, where we can automate, right? Where they've already expressed interest in something that we've sent them. So yeah, but as a team so far, everything's been good. It's been relatively easy to use for our people that they're like brand new to this. I was brand new last week. So, but our ops girl has been picking it up. She's been adding tags and connecting them to other services and stuff. So yeah, I mean, we're all learning on the fly, but it's really nice to have that central kind of chat box and be able to track in other places and stuff.
Tags, brand new feature.
Which one's new?
Tags as of like last week. Brand new.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were a thing. And our ops girl was like, "Hey, I can just add a tag here. Do you want me
Yeah,
to?"
they just show up. I didn't know it was a thing either. It just showed up in my account. I'm like, how about that? Look at that. Very cool. Last question for you here. Someone's sitting on the fence, a wholesaler sitting on the fence about Sendblue. They've been sending ugly green messages their entire life. Why should they give Sendblue a chance?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the easiest way to put it is just like I said earlier, you don't have to make it harder on yourself. Everyone's doing that. You have to try different things, right? I've worked with a couple really great business people in my time who do extremely well for themselves. And the one thing I've always gathered from them is try things, test them out, see what the response is, right? Do a campaign where you're sending out blue text versus green text. See what the response is, right? And then if you can justify the expense, which my hunch is you probably can based off of the responses you'll get, go with it, right? Like, and that's just being a good business person. That applies to any business out there is split test things, right? That's huge. In the industry I'm in is still growing, but like as more sophisticated operators come into the space, right? You have to find ways to stand out. And wholesaling, all other forms of real estate are so much more developed that if no one's doing this right now, and or there's a small percentage, that's a chance to differentiate and capture whatever missing revenue you're looking for. So I look at things very objectively, and I think that it's already justified the expense, it's justified everything there. So I have no problem, absolutely recommending it. I just think it's silly not even to try it, test it out. If it's really not for you, hey, that's okay. But I have a feeling the response rates probably aren't great. Sending out green messages, I've never really had to, which is nice. But give it a shot, right? Because I have a feeling it'll be a lot easier conversations.
That is business, right? Testing new things. That is business. Okay. Someone's watching this right now. It's probably a wholesaler watching this right now. It's probably not someone that has land they want to sell. But who is Justin Page? What is Summit Land USA? How can people get in touch with you if they want to work with you, learn with you, do deals with you?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on, I think the main social media I'm active on is Justin Daniel on X. That's where I do a lot of interacting, working with people, just sharing thoughts, candid business thoughts, land thoughts, whatever it may be. Summit Land, We're a new land company, so we're really trying to get out there. Obviously, there probably aren't any sellers hopping on this, but if you guys ever come across any deals that are land development, subdividing, anything like that, feel free to send them our way. We'll be happy to partner with you guys. Or if you just want to learn more, happy to help however we can. And yeah, looking forward to it.
If you have deals for Justin, he'll send them blue text and they'll have higher chances of closing.
100%.
Cool, Justin. Thank you so much for coming and hang out with me today.
Absolutely. No problem, Sam.